live. Let me post the post. We'll get some people hopping in here. We'll just chill for a minute till I
Get
till I
pinged,
see some
nerds.
people. But yeah, get pinged.
Says a fellow
Sorry, not
nerd.
sorry. Our Alexa.
Man, 4 years.
I know.
That joke has some legs.
Let's make sure. Yes, we are live. We've got 2 people watching.
What up, LS?
LS, hey, hey. Early morning for
Perhaps.
you. What, plus 13 hours for me, I believe?
I know that this is about the time that the Australians wake up. I know from
Yeah,
draft season.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, there might be a bear tick this week with
I expect exciting.
the Tapu Fini chilling there, I believe was your opponent. So, did you bring bear tick? Yeah, you did. Yeah.
It was a threat.
Okay. So, 14 hours. Or 14 hours apart, not 13. I don't know, maybe we're 13 some of the year or whatever, but glad to have you.
No, I'm happy to be here. Been another good season. Lots of heat, lots of strong Pokemon, lots of interesting stuff happening.
Yeah, totally. My notes is increasing in volume as the weekly heat seasons go on. It went from I would like write a couple of notes on a couple of matches that I plan on watching to I now have like, you know, a third to a half a page of notes in this notebook for basically every game that gets played, even if nothing comes of it. Because
I'm happy.
we don't watch
Yeah,
most of the games, but
sure. No, I'm happy that. Look, I don't know if any of us expected in the first few seasons that we'd be at this for season 16. And it's like we've all done different things. We've all like focused on this more and less at different points
hey
in our life.
Sly.
And my life is like pretty hectic right now. But like we can all just return and watch Pokemon, and it's still fun. It basically never stops being fun, especially with with many coaches bringing their heat.
Yeah, it is also, we were talking before we started that I kind of just like jumped into fencing without a lot of like I just kind of did it on a whim and then did it for like 6 years or whatever. Me joining
I can
this league was also that. I
Oh
was
yeah.
I just kind of got it in my head one day, working from home, 2020, just at home all the time. I was like, "Oh yeah, I've watched a bunch of draft league stuff on YouTube over the last year and a half or whatever. Uh, there's got to be some VGC draft leagues out there." And
Oh
found
yeah.
Sam's post and joined, and all in the span of like 36 hours or whatever. Made a
We are
logo.
not alone. Many of us in the VBL have caught the bug and stayed well beyond I'm sure they intended to. It's
Totally.
just a fun activity.
It is fun.
What are we
I've
seeing today,
already.
James?
We got 4 as is usual, and we're gonna start off with a blowout, as is often the case. So this is game 2 of Sly versus Camo. Game 1
Oh yes.
also kind of a blowout, but this is the all Sinistras show basically.
Yes. So I say like which games is it? Like I didn't ask you for
Yeah.
these
No, I
games
know.
like
Yeah,
15
yeah,
minutes
totally.
ago. But so what we learned in game one was that unfortunately Rillaboom has Overgrow, not Garathi's Surge, so the Rillaboom
Yes.
Holution did not work out game one. Camo has to adjust game two, and this is a very strong Trick Room lead, but we'll see that Trick Room does not always win you the game.
Yeah. And this is
You
kind of like
you need to kill the Pokemon in front of you. Yeah.
the first game where Stack Attacka hasn't just been a terrifying house. Also, like this
Yeah.
match, it's been pretty reliably a very good Pokemon, and Sly just did a pretty good job of mostly playing around it, neutering it, and
Yeah, it's tricky. Like Stack Attack is a monster, but like the special bulk is not that great. And
Yeah,
yeah,
and
and
Super Fang doesn't care about your +2 defense.
yeah, so we are breaking it down. I mean, it's a good trick room set, and it's a good position for camo as long as they can kill the Sinistcha, and that seems to be a problem.
Yeah, and a nice switch into the body press there.
Yeah.
Get a free switch in. And the first couple turns looked pretty good for camo,
heat proof
right?
that looks like it's heat proof, so that you end up not taking
Yeah,
super effective damage, but getting weakness policy anyway, which we did
getting the
see in
boost.
game one. Camo couldn't handle it in game one, and it's just like when you have such a great move as Machagacha, all you need is boost. Like any kind of great healing move, the stronger you are, the better you are as a Pokemon. And so Sinistcha really succeeded in punishing teams that are just not sufficiently strong. So you'll just bleed them dry over time if you can't push through the Sinistcha.
Yeah, just
like don't throw your dinky knockoffs at me, or you're about to
yeah.
get punished for it. Yeah.
Yeah, not even knocking off an item either. Like just the
Yeah.
base 65 power knockoff even.
Yeah, I think Camo's been doing great. They have a 3-0 start, but I think this is the weakness in the team, expertly found by Sly, is that like it's not that strong, and if you've got a Sinistcha healing at the rate that other mons can hit it, then it's going to be a big problem.
Yeah, then it just gets to live forever. Or more or less in the cleanup phase of the game here. But yeah, Sinistcha taking all 4 kills in this second game.
Oof.
Pretty wild.
Oof.
Yeah, and taking all 4 kills in the match with a Rillaboom, which, not necessarily, it's not the strongest, most offensive Pokemon in the world, but it is a bulky grass type that can hold its own. And Sinistcha still gets the kills, although used Hex for that last one. Just kind of for the rub-ins, I assume.
Good freaking Pokemon. Poppin tells us that you basically always want to run Machagacha. It is that move.
Yeah, some fun weakness policy stuff this week as well.
Weakness policy is how you punish a team that's not aggressive enough. It's just you're like, I know somebody will hit me, and I will kill them back.
What was the other weird weakness policy? Oh, there was a self-proc weakness policy, Sableye.
It was a Shadow Sneak to Metagross. Yeah, that was good.
Yes, that was also pretty good.
I feel like weakness policy is just like I don't bring self procs, not since the age of Dynamac, but it's just good to have for like if you're not strong enough, then you're gonna get punished for this. Like it's like a life orb, but it happens only some of the time, but it is way more impactful when you get it. And if you're weak to knockoff and like you expect utility knockoffs to come, like that's a really good way to punish that.
Yeah, it was a pretty niche item pre Dynamax, right? Like occasionally you'd see like an Aegislash with it or something like that, just because it has a trillion defense and stuff like that, so it can kind of just take it and then take advantage of its silly stat nonsense to like Shadow Sneak or Shadow Ball or whatever, and take kills that way. But ever since Dynamax, like it's really the seals that have been broken cannot be resealed type situation.
It is not a meta item. Like it's not going to happen at the level where it's Chien-Pao and Fluttermane and restricted Pokemon, but like it is a Giraffe League item. It is a X factor for when you need to blow up one game. Love it. Okay,
and proven it's worth here. Absolutely. All 4 KOs in this second game. Well done to Sly and well done to Sinistcha. Alrighty. Second, we got Cast versus LS. And here's Weretic. Yep, absolutely. This is game 2 of the series. It's a 3-game series. Cast ends up winning. LS won game 1 very convincingly. With
LS won game 1. It was close though.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, LS won game 1. Got
it.
Yeah.
Yes. And so we saw the snow stuff, and we saw a snow cloak or a bright powder, or as it turns out, both on the Beardick because
and mud slap for additional accuracy. Yeah.
evasion stuff is here. We will need to find a way to punch through this team before it gets any of that in too deep.
Yeah, my main note about the accuracy and RNG stuff is running Snowcloak plus Bright Powder plus Mud Slap, then apologizing for RNG in your favor is demented.
Yeah, we don't do it. We expect it at some point.
Yeah, so
all right, so I'm kind of zoning in on like weaknesses of teams that like the Heat opponents, the Heat players are finding. So sorry if you're being put on blast. But you look at LS6, what do you not see?
what do I
Is there
not
anything
see?
that's like one of the most important moves in the game that it's just good to have, even if you're not relying on it or not intending to use it?
Not particularly sure, because the things that come to my mind that that I would be pointing out is things like protect, fake out, solid coverage moves, maybe taunt.
Those are important moves, but
What are
the
you
moves
thinking of
that
specifically?
fundamentally affect every matchup just based on whether they or not they can be clicked are Trick Room, Tailwind, and Redirection. I see
You're
no Trick Room better.
as always, you're thinking of speed control.
Yes, it is the
Yes,
most
okay.
important thing. And so when you don't have a mon that can potentially be lurking in the back to set or reverse Trick Room, you get to click Tailwind and you get to run them over. And so that's how Cass is, I think, able to overcome a pretty tricky turn one, and that does not go their way.
Yeah, so
Because you just
this
Tailwind
second
and you
turn,
expect that it will work out for you.
yeah, this second
Yeah.
game rather, felt like LS had locked up the set after turn one. Like Cass just felt like in such a
It
rough
was a
position. to
very
me.
tough turn one.
Yeah,
So we set a Tailwind, we get good damage, but then LS has kind of a perfect double up here to go through Sash, to go through Disguise, and right here,
yeah.
the
Gets the
burn.
burn,
Sucks
gets
so
an intimidate,
much. Yeah.
breaks a disguise, kills the Ribombi, and LS is more or less like laughing from the way it looks, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it looks very hard, and props to Cass for not giving up at this point, or not like
did get Tailwind
you know,
set up, so
yeah,
not
so
nothing.
Tailwind and a Dream. Tailwind and Power is all you need to win many games.
And
So
yeah,
this Feeny, which we saw in game one, has a life orb, and it's
Yes,
going to
has
be
life
very
orb.
relevant here.
but yeah, good plays. Get some good damage with the Muddy Water.
Yeah.
The Snarls is kind of rough, but kind of neutralized by that life orb, so you're kind of just sitting normal again. The double protect fails. Muddy Water misses Blastoise but kills the Iron Boulder. Starting to get some momentum back, right? We're gonna.
Well, you got Tailwind and you have Power. That's all you need to win the game.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, Speed Control and Power.
The Intimidate, a little rough, kind of forcing a switch, right? Because you really don't want your Mega Mawile to be intimidated.
It's true. Mega Wild goes from like 1 million to 100,000 attack, but yeah, it was a good move. Good move to swap it out.
And Sacrificial Mimikyu wasn't going to be doing much anyway. At this
Honestly,
point.
a good move to get the Mimikyu dead, like as in to put it into a spot where you could get it dead and then back into Mega Mawile, which is your
Mega
plan to win
Mawile's
most games. Yeah,
best move, Sucker Punch.
definitely relevant.
2 KOs here. In spite of the Tailwind being gone now, and now we're in a 2v1, and things are not looking great for LS here.
I like LS's in-game antics.
Yeah. Click Muddy Water and give me an evasion boost. I'll try. Goat, and then does get the Muddy Water. But
so I'm gonna offer some flowers in light of the fact that I called this team like the worst in the power rankings that just won the game. Obviously, we don't grade the coach.
And LS, one of the teams I liked the best. One of my top teams.
I will say that obviously the cast is showing experience as a team builder and player and so that can sometimes make it up. But it turns out Mega Mawile, like as your only attacker, if you're gonna have one big attack stat, that's a thing to build around here because all you need is a massive attack stat and speed control, and you should be able to push your way through the game. And Life Orb was a good bring to give yourself a second reasonably strong attacker. Like this was a sound game plan. It seemed like Kaz could see the whole game. That even if bad RNG happened game one or turn one, they were in a good position because they're like, wait, my win condition is Tailwind into Mawai Alfini.
Yeah, into just pound for 4 turns until Tailwind is up and hope that's good enough. And it turns out it basically was.
I think it was the same game plan in game 3 that succeeded again. So they figured out what they needed
pretty much
in time to win.
Life Orb Tapu Fini 7-2 KD ratio across this set.
Lovely. What a good freaking Pokemon.
Yeah, 1 kill in game 1. What was it? 4 and then 3, I think, or 4 and 2, or 3 and 2, something like that. Like 1, 3 and 2, or that doesn't add up to 7. I don't know. Point is,
what sets are good on Tapu Fini? Yes, all sets are good on Tapu Fini.
Special attacking sets are good on Tapu.
Well, you can swagger that Fini.
Oh well, now we're talking. All right.
Anything, it's just a bundle of stats that you can and a bundle of moves. Good mon.
Yeah. Speaking of good mons with a bundle of moves, let's talk about this Azumarill here.
All of the Pokemon.
All of them. Yeah. I mean, honestly, like all 12 of these Pokemon.
This was a game I got pretty decisively beaten. Spoilers. But yeah.
We don't truck in spoilers here. It's all fair game. They're all posted. Yes. We talk about them all. Yeah, this was kind of.
Wait, hold on. Before you play this one, no James, I have a contention. You shouldn't feature on Weekly Heat games that have content because we have content support for this. You should support the other ones, the other games that are uncontented.
Okay. I understand that position. I take the position that people will watch what they like. Yeah, so that's my second point. But my first point is people will watch what they want, and they can watch either or both or none, and it's all fine by me. I'm doing Weekly Heat for the homies, and the homies are in the server, and they know they can watch it if they want to. If they don't want to, they don't have to. So I ain't fighting anybody for views. I get 4 or 5 people at a time watching Weekly Heat, maybe 20 plays, 30 plays overall over the course of the life of a video. I'm not worried about it. But I do take your point. Your point is not without merit.
Well, thank you. And now that I put you on the spot successfully, I will say, I guess, a little bit of background on the set is that Poppin found it. He found the threat of Mega Camerupt to be very relevant, especially with a Cradily redirecting water moves, and that was the reason why he felt like he couldn't reliably go Trick Room and win because of Mega Camerupt, and because I've got this fast mode, he couldn't reliably just try to outspeed and win. But Azu, muddy water to kill Camerupt through Cradily is what inspires this Azumarill. And then these bulky mons prove just really, really hard to beat. So that's kind of the context as to why you see essentially no effort by Poppin to try to go first. They're just like, I'm just gonna have to smash. I'm gonna have to take hits and smash. That was the game plan.
And the team that he drafted is well set up for that overall. To just mostly not care about speed. So to come up against the speed carer and not care about speed kind of gives you a mental advantage, if nothing else, right?
Mm-hmm. I did my is it Tailwind, is it Trick Room, and it's Tailwind, and Expert Belt Guru doing his job, but
no stamina. On the Mudsdale.
Moltres was really the biggest problem for me in this set, and I needed Snarl Hydreigon to deal with it, but this is a banded Mudsdale, which is required to Oko Hydreigon, so that was perfect.
Yeah, the only way to do it. He had your number, man.
It was just, I was like, wow, I'm not close.
Yeah. Gets the 2-shot on a Rangaroo, but then the Rangaroo's down.
My boy.
And we get the Superior in. Gets the Berserk proc.
So it's like normally Power and Tailwind should be enough to win the game, but Like these guys are making it tough.
Yep. And
like this Superior has AV, which I thought I had Magneton Signal Beam to 2 a KO, but the AV stopped that. And then of course we see this surprise here that nobody's seeing coming.
Yeah, so it doesn't feel like you're in a terrible position here. It's not great, right?
If I can take Okos, I'm okay, but I can't.
You've got a turn of Tailwind.
Yeah.
Like, you've got a turn of Tailwind. You've got an extremely strong attacker, and also Magneton, which is a perfectly reasonable Pokemon to have. And then it kind of just doesn't matter that much. We get Signal Beam doesn't
get to a KO is not, I'm afraid. But then who expects freaking Life Orb Mud
Shot. Crazy. And then it turns out it's also Terra Ground, although I don't think that gets shown in this game. I think we see that.
It was looking hard because like I was looking hard for me to pull out a win here, so I hoped that a Protect Read would get it, because I'm like, Azumarill can't touch Magneton, right? Like Magneton's the one safe to throw out a hit here, but no, there is the Life Orb Mudshot.
Mudshot, crazy, and it was Sap Sipper as well, right? Or thick. It was.
So I had the plan was Dragon Shear, Leaf Blade, for 100% crit on Terra Dragon, Iron Valiant, and I would have gone for it. So it's like I was expecting to win that way, but I would have lost in another way beyond the way I lost here because of that Sap Sipper. So it was just like a perfect build by Poppin.
Yeah, and then he rolls all over you in game 2 as well.
I put up.
Actually, I think game 2 was more respectable. But
Claw every game needs to be dramatic. That's my one.
Yeah, constant. But all righty, we got one more here.
One more. The Dragons.
The Dragons on Weekly Heat again. 2 weeks in a row. And so part of my notes I write like the Mon that I want to feature if I end up putting it on the thumbnail and stuff. And it's gotten to the point where I have to like circle the ones I really care about because I take so many notes on stuff. And forgot to circle Dondozo. Dondozo should also be on the thumbnail for the week. So sorry.
Quality
Electric.
Dragon.
Yeah, Quality Dragon, the False Dragon Dondozo. Although I'm sure Electric wants it to be Dragonair, but Electric can start their own Weekly Heat if they want.
Everyone can watch on the this match contented on Mancini the Amazing.
Yes,
Monday mornings to you.
Posted this morning. So we'll go ahead and load up the leads here. But this is game 3 of the set, right? Game 1.
Okay, so context is Bohm wins game 1, but
crushed
Electric is
made it look easy.
Yeah, because of like a speed booster, Ice Blast. Leaves, but Electric is forced to move into his like backbone, if you can call it that. It's hard for a monotype team to have a backbone, but it's Dondozo and Gudra Hisui, and Dondozo has Yawn, and so like we've seen it work, but it's going to need good plays. It's not like a win. It's not a fast win con. It is a very slow win con.
Yeah, it was a grindy 12-turn game, game 2, and so then we come to game 3 here, and that's sort of where we pick up the story in action.
It is a scarfed Zygarde outscarfed by a Scarf Chien-Pao, which is just, wild draft league stuff.
And the Quark Drive speed also outspeeding the Dragapult.
Yeah, so much speed. Imagine a scenario in which Dragapult goes 4th. That doesn't happen very often. Or I guess it goes 3rd, but like,
lives this Dragon Darts on 2%, which is nice. Gets Iron Leaves one more hit in here.
Bohm's looking okay. In a couple turns in, but it's just this bulky core here that Electric's got prepared in the back. It's just very, very hard to break through.
Yep, catches that Yawn with a taunt. Not going to lose that way here in this 3rd game.
I mean, that's a great move. Like, you want to stop the Yawns if that's what beat you last time.
And a great switch in here from Electric. The beginning of several very good calls that turn this 3rd game in Electric's favor. Switch the Ghost type in on a Sacred Sword. Get your free switch in. keep your
Seems
Gudra
like they had to call
alive.
that specifically. I mean,
Yeah, and then
yeah.
take it out. Kind of had to get it on that turn,
Mhm.
but yeah. We get electric playing a little slow here, some protects, and a double
Well,
into
all
that
because
protect, right?
Chien
Oh
Pao
no,
is not
just
going to target a Dondozo, so it's just a
right.
very good, solid protect.
Dondozo cleaning up some
I
mons here
beat
at the
Chien Pao
end.
with the Dondozo a handful of seasons back. It is very good for that job specifically.
And then we get some of these thunder waves as as a form of speed control here. We get some minus attacks. We get no attack drop on the Dragapult, but
The game
it dies
still
anyway.
looks close. It is
Yeah,
2v2.
still close, 2v2, right? Bulky Mons with some attacking ability versus bulky Mons with some attacking ability and also Dragonite, but Dragonite's about to fall asleep. So,
Yeah. Sleep is good, as it turns out.
double protect here,
yeah.
just lock up that sleep for the Dragonite.
It's hard sometimes to fit a move that punishes protect, but like, yeah, no, it would have been nice. Like maybe, I don't know, recover or something. It's hard to fit everything
Coil
in
on the
draft.
melodic
24 moves
or
sets. Yeah.
something, yeah. But yeah, so now we've got a sleeping Dragonite. We're kind of in a 2v1 here. I mean, not kind of. We're in a 2v1 here.
I guess just another reason why you need to be aggressive in this game is because Yawn kills you over time if you're not aggressive enough with the key turns you have.
So
Yawn is a hell of a drug if you get the time to get multiple sleeps.
Yep. And then now we're in an actual 2v1 here, and we're going to lock this other one to sleep. And
Electric is going to play this absolutely cautiously.
so safe.
Zero chance.
So
Yeah.
like, I'm not losing.
Yeah.
This melodic is going to sleep. I'm going to double into it.
Mm-hmm.
And
as one should.
Doesn't die. Gets the one turn wake up, but one draining kit. Like, who cares? It gets a second double up. And it's game over. Game over. Mancini the Electric 4-0.
Was it 4-0? Oh wait, 4-0 as a team.
In the season.
Yes.
Yeah, the team is 4-0. Yep.
No,
it was a 2-0 game 3. Yeah. But yeah.
Here's my advice to everyone: fight fire with fire. There is no other way. Electric is firing from all cylinders with Dragapult, with Naganadel.
Took the Mono Dragon isn't that good bottom of the tier list consensus that we all came to absolutely personally, and is doing their best to make us all look like absolute fools, as if that was not obviously the case.
Electric's potential. We were not. They can be indignant all they want, but like this is still not one of the better teams, and they said I'm pretty sure like you overrated my team in the power rankings. So it's like
playing their minds out. Absolutely.
The point is not who got right or wrong. The point is to say good job with great play. That's all.
Absolutely. And also, I'm okay with saying we got it wrong. Although I'm not 100% certain we did actually get it wrong. But
it's not on tape. It's not. It's never been recorded. Maybe being wrong or anything, so it's fine. Good set of matches, James.
Awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Coming in right at about 30 minutes, just like I like it.
Perfect.
You got any parting words of wisdom for the fans?
We love you. Keep calcing. The results come when you least expect it.
Keep calcing. Excellent. All right. Thanks a bunch, Jordan. And thanks to everybody watching. We love you very much. Enjoy your evening.
See you next time on The Heat.
Peace.